Hey there, Flavor Street Brigade. I'm super excited to welcome you to my world of deliciousness. Get ready for amazing recipes, life-changing tips, and most importantly, loads of fun. Thanks for being here. We're going to have a blast in the kitchen. Frikandel, a deep-fried skinless sausage. Frikandel, a popular Dutch snack, is essentially a skinless, dark-colored, deep-fried sausage. While industrial versions can contain a mix of mechanically separated meat and various additives, a homemade frikandel typically uses a blend of ground meats and specific spices. Here are the key ingredients you'll generally find in a homemade frikandel. Meats. Ground beef, often a primary component. Ground pork, contributes to the texture and flavor. Ground chicken, adds to the blend and can make it lighter. Sometimes a small amount of horse meat is used in traditional or commercial frikandellen, but it's not common in home recipes. Spices and flavorings. Salt, black pepper, allspice, nutmeg, onion powder, or finely chopped onion, garlic. Other optional spices, coriander powder, mustard powder, clove powder, paprika. Binders and moisture. Heavy cream or milk water. Breadcrumbs or soaked Kaiser roll/other bread. Egg, sometimes used as a binder. Preparation. Notes: the meat is often ground very finely or even processed in a food processor to achieve the smooth, uniform texture characteristic of a frikandel. The mixture is then formed into long, cylindrical sausages. These sausages are typically poached, simmered in hot water just below boiling, first, and then deep-fried until golden brown. Saucijzenbroodje. A sausage roll, usually baked. Saucijzenbroodjes are a beloved Dutch savory snack, essentially a sausage roll made with a spiced ground meat filling wrapped in flaky puff pastry. Here's a breakdown of the typical ingredients. For the meat filling, ground meat, most commonly a mix of ground beef and ground pork, sometimes referred to as half-on-half minced meat in Dutch. Some recipes use only ground beef or occasionally ground veal. The goal is a relatively lean but still moist mixture. Binders and moisture. Egg helps bind the meat mixture together. Breadcrumbs, essential for moisture retention and to give the filling a good texture. A slice of bread soaked in milk and squeezed can also be used. Seasonings, these are key to the distinctive flavor. Salt, black pepper, nutmeg. This is a very common and important spice in Dutch meat dishes, including frikandel and saucijzenbroodjes, giving them a distinct flavor profile. Onion, finely chopped or onion powder, adds a savory depth. Garlic, minced or garlic powder, enhances the savory flavor. Mustard, Dijon or coarse grain, adds a subtle tang and warmth. Optional additions: curry powder, ketchup, Worcestershire sauce, sambal olek, chili paste, for a little heat, fresh parsley, minced, specula spice mix. While less common for a savory dish, some variations might include a tiny pinch for a unique Dutch touch. For the pastry, puff pastry. This is crucial for the flaky, buttery exterior. You can buy pre-made puff pastry sheets, often found in the freezer section of supermarkets, or make it from scratch if you're feeling ambitious, though store-bought is very common for convenience. For the egg wash, egg yolk or whole egg, milk or water, whisked together. This is brushed over the pastry before baking to give the saucijzenbroodjes a beautiful, golden, shiny finish. General preparation involves mixing all the meat-filling ingredients thoroughly, shaping the meat mixture into logs similar to small sausages, wrapping these meat logs in thawed puff pastry sheets, sealing the edges of the pastry, often with a fork, brushing with an egg wash, baking until golden brown and the meat is cooked through. Kapsalon, a layered dish of fries, döner shawarma meat, melted cheese and salad, often served with garlic sauce and sambal. Kapsalon is a hearty Dutch fast food dish that's all about layers of deliciousness. Here's a breakdown of the typical ingredients you'll need. The foundation: French fries. The base of the kapsalon, you can use homemade, frozen, deep-fried, oven-baked, or even air-fried. The meat layer: shawarma meat. Traditionally, this is the main meat. It can be made from lamb, veal, beef, or chicken, often seasoned with Middle Eastern spices like cumin, coriander, turmeric, paprika, and garlic. Pre-seasoned shawarma meat is readily available in Dutch supermarkets, but you can also season and cook your own meat. Sliced chicken thighs are a popular choice for homemade versions. The cheese layer: Gouda cheese, a classic Dutch cheese usually grated or sliced, is placed over the meat and fries. It's then melted in the oven until bubbly and golden. Mature balehin Gouda is often preferred for its flavor and melt. The fresh toppings: iceberg lettuce, shredded for crunch and freshness. Tomato, diced or thinly sliced. Cucumber, diced or thinly sliced. Red onion, thinly sliced or finely chopped for a sharp bite. Optional, but common. Optional additions: olives, jalapenos for extra flavor or heat. The sauces: garlic sauce, knoflook sauce. This is absolutely essential. It's typically a creamy, garlicky sauce, often made with mayonnaise, yogurt, and fresh or powdered garlic. Many people use store-bought versions. Sambal, a spicy Indonesian chili paste. This provides a kick and is very popular in the Netherlands due to historical ties. It's usually drizzled over the top to taste. Assembly and cooking. Kapsalon is built in layers, often in a disposable aluminum tray. Fries at the bottom. Cooked shawarma meat on top of the fries. Grated or sliced Gouda cheese covering the meat. Baked in the oven until the cheese is melted and bubbly. Removed from the oven and topped with fresh lettuce, tomato, cucumber, and red onion. Finished with generous drizzles of garlic sauce and sambal. Turkish pizza, lahmacun. Thin dough topped with minced meat and vegetables, often rolled up. Turkish pizza most commonly refers to lahmacun, pronounced lahmacun, which is a thin, round flatbread topped with a flavorful minced meat and vegetable mixture. It's quite different from Italian pizza, as it traditionally doesn't involve cheese. Here are the key ingredients for preparing lahmacun. For the dough, thin and simple: flour, all-purpose or strong white bread flour, water, lukewarm, yeast, instant dry yeast. Sometimes a small amount of sugar is added to activate it. Some traditional recipes might use an unleavened dough, but yeast is common for home versions. Salt, for flavor. Olive oil, a small amount for dough elasticity and flavor, optional but often used. For the meat topping, the heart of lahmacun. Ground meat. Most commonly ground lamb or a combination of ground lamb and beef. Sometimes just ground beef is used. The meat should ideally be relatively lean. Vegetables, finely minced or blended. This is crucial for the texture and flavor. Onion, tomatoes, fresh ripe ones are best. Sometimes tomato paste is also used. Green peppers, such as bell peppers or Turkish long green peppers. Red peppers, bell peppers or Turkish red capia peppers. Garlic, fresh parsley, a generous amount, finely chopped. Spices. These give lahmacun its distinctive Turkish Middle Eastern flavor. Salt, black pepper, cumin, paprika, sweet, or sometimes hot. Pul biber, Aleppo pepper, a common Turkish chili flake, offering a mild to moderate heat and fruity flavor. If unavailable, a mix of red pepper flakes and a tiny pinch of cayenne or smoked paprika can be a substitute. Optional but sometimes used: allspice, cinnamon, a tiny pinch, sumac. Other flavor enhancers. Tomato paste adds depth and richness to the topping. Pepper paste, biber salçası, a Turkish pepper paste, mild or hot. If available, adds authentic flavor. Olive oil, to help bind the topping and keep it moist. For serving, traditional accompaniments. Lemon wedges, essential for squeezing over the hot lahmacun just before eating, adding a bright, tangy contrast. Fresh parsley, additional sprigs for garnish. Sliced red onion, often tossed with sumac for extra flavor and crunch. Fresh tomatoes, cucumber, diced or sliced, often served on the side. Fresh mint leaves, for freshness, optional. Ayran, a traditional savory yogurt drink, a popular beverage to pair with lahmacun. Sushi to go. Some markets or dedicated stalls might offer freshly made sushi. To prepare sushi, you'll need a combination of essential ingredients and some optional fillings and condiments to customize your rolls. Here's a breakdown of the key ingredients. Core sushi ingredients: sushi rice, shari sumishi. This is the most crucial component. It's a short-grain Japanese white rice that is seasoned after cooking. Sushi vinegar, sushisu, a mixture of rice vinegar, sugar, and salt, used to season the cooked sushi rice, giving it its distinctive slightly sweet and tangy flavor. Nori, roasted seaweed sheets. These crispy dark green sheets are used to wrap the rice and fillings in many types of sushi, like maki rolls. Common fillings. Gu. The options here are vast and can be raw fish, cooked fish, seafood, vegetables, or even other proteins. Fish/seafood. Sushi-grade raw fish, salmon, tuna, yellowtail, snapper, mackerel, eel, often cooked. It's essential to use fish specifically labeled sushi-grade or suitable for raw consumption for safety. Cooked seafood, shrimp, prawns, imitation crab meat, surimi, crab, vegetables, avocado, cucumber, carrots, bell peppers, asparagus, cream cheese, popular in westernized rolls like Philadelphia rolls. Other proteins, tofu, especially fried tofu pouches for inarizushi, chicken, for example, teriyaki chicken, egg, tamagoyaki, Japanese rolled omelet. Accompaniments and condiments. Soy sauce, shoyu, for dipping. A good quality, naturally brewed soy sauce enhances the flavor. Wasabi paste, a green, spicy paste, often made from horseradish for commercial versions, that provides a pungent kick. Pickled ginger, gari, thinly sliced, sweet, pink or yellow ginger served to cleanse the palate between different types of sushi. Sesame seeds, often toasted, sprinkled on the outside or inside of rolls for flavor and texture. Spicy mayonnaise, a popular condiment made by mixing mayonnaise with sriracha or other chili sauce. Equipment, helpful but not always essential for all types. Bamboo sushi mat, makisu, used for rolling maki, rolled sushi. Rice paddle, shimoji, a wooden or plastic paddle used to mix and handle sushi rice without mashing it. Sharp knife, essential for clean cuts when slicing sushi rolls. Dipping dishes for soy sauce and wasabi.